You poisoned your own daughter to frame a rivaler, so they whisper. As Wu Zetian, you're the only woman to rule China as emperor, climbing from concubine to throne in the dazzling Tang dynasty. Picture waking up in a silk-draped palace, your every move watched by spies and schemers. How did you feast, rest, and wield unimaginable power while dodging betrayal? What scandals fueled your rise? Step into your life and find out. You're born in 624 in Wenxi County, Shanxi, where the Tang dynasty's just getting its groove on under Emperor Gaozu. Your dad's raking in cash from the timber trade, making your family filthy rich. Your mum hails from the Yang clan, with juicy connections to the fallen Sui dynasty. Unlike most girls who are stuck sewing, you're hitting the books hard. You study music, calligraphy, literature, and even politics, turning you into a total brainiac by your teens. At just 14, in 638, you're whisked off to the imperial palace as one of 3,000 concubines for Emperor Taizong. Talk about a crowded dating pool. You start with grunt work like folding the emperor's laundry. But your knack for paperwork lands you a gig as Taizong's secretary. Soon, you're juggling state documents and soaking up the art of running an empire. Life in the palace is like living in a royal theme park. You strut around in simple silk robes, but your poetry and sharp wit make Taizong notice you. The palace buzzes with lush gardens, fancy pavilions, and weird animals sent as gifts from far-off lands. After Taizong dies in 649, tradition boots you to Ganye Temple to live as a Buddhist nun. Shaving your head isn't your style, but you roll with it. Then, plot twist. Emperor Gaozong, Taizong's son, can't stop thinking about you. He pulls you back to the palace, charmed by your brains and beauty. You become his concubine and start popping out kids, including 2 future emperors, Zhongzong and Ruizong. You're climbing the ladder fast, but whispers of scandal trail you like a bad perfume. Here's the jaw-dropper. Gossip says you were cozying up with Gaozong while still Taizong's concubine. Some call it a steamy, almost incestuous affair, though it's your ticket to the big leagues. True or not, this spicy rumor sets tongues wagging and fuels your rise. You're not just a pretty face, you're playing the Game of Thrones, Tang style. You're Emperor Gaozong's favorite, and by 665, his health's crumbling faster than a bad dumpling. As Empress consort, you step up, calling the shots like a pro. When Gaozong kicks the bucket in 683, you're not done yet. You rule as Empress Dowager, pulling strings through your sons, Zhongzong and Ruizong. If they dare sass you, you boot them off the throne faster than you can say, bad air day. By 690, at 65 you say, forget regent, and crown yourself emperor, founding the Zhou dynasty and swapping the family name from Li to Wu. Your new capital's Luoyang, partly because Chang'an's giving you the creeps with ghostly visions of old rivals like Empress Wang. You're not just ruling, you're rewriting the rulebook. Your palace is a fortress of power, and you're the queen bee. But holding this throne means making moves that'd make a soap opera blush. You're not here to play nice, you're here to win. To keep everyone in line, you build a secret police force, led by tough guys like Lai Junchen. Their torture methods, like the charmingly named Dying Swine's Melancholy, make sure nobody crosses you. In 684, you go full boss mode, wiping out 12 branches of the imperial family to cement your grip. Then there's the wild rumor. Back in 654, they say you killed your own infant daughter to frame Empress Wang. Historians still bicker murder, accident, or just nasty gossip. Either way, your enemies are shaking. Your daily life's pure luxury, though. You live in jaw-dropping palaces like Daming or Penglai, decked out with silk curtains and fancy furniture. Your wardrobe's a fashion show of elaborate silk robes, rocking Central Asian high boots and tight sleeves. Oh, and you've got a personal zoo with exotic animals sent as tribute. It's like living in a royal safari park. Power, style, and a touch of ruthlessness. You're making history, one bold move at a time. You wake up in a bedchamber that screams royalty, with silk sheets and furniture inlaid with glowing jade. Servants swarm around, fussing over your every move. Your hair gets piled high, pinned with sparkling jewels, and you slap on lead-based white makeup, toxic but totally the hot look. You paint your long nails for extra flair. For a morning pick-me-up, you might chew betel nuts, giving you a trendy little buzz. It's like Tang Dynasty coffee, but with more swagger. Breakfast is a feast fit for an emperor, and that's you. You dig into steaming rice, porridge, or fluffy buns stuffed with pork, chicken, or bamboo shoots. Lychees, hauled all the way from the south, are your sweet treat, rare and super pricey. You sip green tea, the new cool drink in Tang China, from delicate porcelain cups. It's a chill start, but you're already plotting your day. Running an empire doesn't come with a snooze button. You stride to your throne, where ministers bow low and spill their reports. You call the shots on laws, taxes, and military moves, picking officials for their brains, not their family name. Some days you charm ambassadors from far-off Persia or India, flexing your empire's global clout. It's like hosting a world summit, but with better outfits. You're not just ruling, you're showing off. Every decision screams, "I've got this." Lunch is a full-on banquet, and the menu's a foodie's dream. You slurp spicy Sichuan noodles, nibble Cantonese dim sum, or savor Persian-style stews from Silk Road traders. Wine, whether grape or rice, flows like water, and drinking's practically a court sport. You laugh with officials, but your eyes are sharp, catching every whisper. These meals aren't just food, they're power plays. You're dining like a boss, literally. Afternoons are your time to unwind in a private garden, all ponds and fancy rockeries. You might read reports or doodle some calligraphy to flex your artsy side. Musicians strum pipas or erhus, while dancers swirl in Tang-style moves. Sometimes you catch a polo match or a theatrical show, elite entertainment at its finest. It's your moment to recharge before the evening hustle. Even emperors need a vibe check. Evening brings another banquet, where you strategize with officials over exotic dishes and more wine. You might chat with astrologers, since you're superstitious about omens and prophecies. After a long day, you head to your bedchamber, where servants help you bathe and relax. Pet dogs or chirpy birds keep you company, adding a cozy touch to your regal life. You drift off, dreaming of power and maybe a few ghosts. Here's the wild part. You're terrified of ghosts, especially bloody visions of rivals like Empress Wang and Consort Xiao. You even move palaces to dodge them, talk about haunted. Then there's your bold claim. You say you're Maitreya Buddha reborn. You commission statues at the Longmen Caves that look suspiciously like you. It's a flex so big, it's practically divine. Your life's a mix of luxury, power, and straight-up spooky. You're not just sitting pretty on the throne, you're running a massive empire like a boss. The Silk Road is your cash cow, and you crank up trade in silk, spices, and fancy ceramics. This brings serious wealth rolling into the Tang treasury. You also standardize weights and measures, so merchants aren't bickering over short-changed goods. To keep the food supply steady, you push for irrigation systems, crop rotation, and granaries for lean times. Oh, and you/peasant taxes, making their lives better and keeping the economy humming. Your cultural game is just as strong. You pour resources into building over 100,000 statues at the Longmen Caves, turning it into a Buddhist art wonderland. The Wild Goose Pagoda in Xi'an gets your stamp of approval too, a towering symbol of your reign. You tidy up the writing system, making paperwork a breeze for your officials. Plus, you expand the civil service exam system, letting brainy commoners climb the ranks. It's like giving the little guy a shot at the imperial big leagues. Now, here's where it gets wild. You declare Buddhism the state religion, going so far as to ban animal slaughter to keep the monks happy. You build thousands of temples, dotting the empire with spiritual bling. But you're not all peace and love. Your spy network is next level. Paid with public transport tickets, these sneaks keep tabs on everyone, even your own family. Nobody's spilling tea without you knowing, and that's how you keep the empire in your iron grip. You're not just any ruler, you're China's only female emperor, ruling from 690 to 705. That's a solid 15 years, outlasting plenty of male emperors who couldn't keep up. You push China's borders into Korea and Central Asia, making the empire bigger and badder. Your legal code gets a makeover, becoming fairer for the average Joe. You even promote women to top jobs, including a fierce female army unit called the Pearl Maidens. Talk about smashing the glass ceiling, Tang style. Some of your moves, though, raise eyebrows, and then some. You order the execution of your grandson Li Chongrun for supposed treason, which doesn't exactly scream family values. Then there's your love life. You get cozy with a Buddhist monk named Shui Huayi, and later the Zhang brothers, who turn powerful and corrupt. In your 70s, you're popping aphrodisiacs, shocking the court's stuffy nobles. By 705, the Zhang brothers' shady influence sparks a coup, forcing you to step down from the throne. Your daily life has its softer side, despite the drama. A personal physician keeps you in top shape, and you probably indulge in massages or herbal treatments to unwind. Your palace library is stacked with books on history, poetry, and governance, feeding your brainy side. You're not just a ruler, you're a scholar with a taste for the good life. It's a wild mix of power, scandal, and intellectual swagger that keeps your legacy burning bright. Your reign ends with a bang in the 7th of February 05 when a coup takes out the Zhang brothers, your shady favorites. The rebels force you to hand over the crown, and just like that, your emperor days are done. You retire to a quieter palace, probably rolling your eyes at the drama. On the 16th of December, 705, at age 81, you take your final bow and pass away. Your son Zhongzong swoops in, flipping the script back to the Tang dynasty and erasing your Zhou dynasty. Talk about a family power move. Your tomb in Qian County, Shanxi, is a big deal, housing both you and Emperor Gaozong. That's a rare honor, even for someone as legendary as you. The tomb's stele, a huge stone slab, is left blank, which is super telling. It's like the world can't decide if you're a genius or a tyrant. Your legacy is one giant question mark, and that's exactly how you leave it. You're keeping everyone guessing, even in death. Your impact splits people right down the middle. Some historians paint you as a ruthless dictator who ruled with an iron fist. Others cheer your reforms, like boosting trade and art, calling you a cultural rock star. Your reign sparks a golden age of cosmopolitan vibes, with the Silk Road buzzing and art flourishing. But your spicy tactics keep the debate alive, trailblazer or troublemaker. You exit the stage as the woman who rewrote China's rulebook, flaws and all. You've lived as Wu Zetian, the one and only woman to seize China's throne, smashing every gender barrier in your path. Your life was a wild ride of silk-draped palaces, cutthroat power plays, and scandals that still make jaws drop. You built an empire stronger and richer, but your ruthless moves left a trail of debate. Some call you a visionary who sparked a golden age. Others say you were a tyrant who ruled by fear. If you could step back into those ornate boots, Would you temper your iron fist or lean harder into your fearless audacity? Your legacy burns bright, but it's a puzzle. How does a leader balance ambition with compassion in a world that demands both?